Hello, welcome to IT Expert YouTube video series. Today we are going to talk about quality function deployment explained in 20 minutes. What is QFD? Quality function deployment QFD is a proactive, focused approach used in taking the voice of the customer VOC into account and then carrying out effective responses to customer expectations and needs during the design and production stages. Initially considered a form of cause and effect analysis, QFD is an essential tool not just for quality management but also for planning. Originally developed in Japan by professors Yoji Akeo and Shigeru Mizuno in the late 1960s while working for Mitsubishi's shipyard, QFD was later adopted and widely used by other companies such as Toyota and its suppliers. Consequently, the methodology was introduced in the U.S. during the late 1980s primarily by automotive companies and electronics manufacturers. It's also commonly known as a basic total quality management TQM tool, being used by organizations in the manufacturing and healthcare industries, among others. What is the importance of quality function deployment? The goal was to create a methodology that integrates customer satisfaction into a product before implementing its manufacturing process. This presents a more proactive approach than other methods of quality control that focus on fixing customer issues during or after manufacturing. Usually, customer requirements are communicated in the form of qualitative terms such as safe, user-friendly, ergonomic, and so on. For organizations to effectively develop a product or service, these qualitative terms from customers need to be translated into quantitative design requirements. This is where QFD comes in. By combining various matrices to form a comprehensive house-like structure called the House of Quality, manufacturers and production facilities can come up with a prioritized list of customer needs and a systematic process of integrating them into the design of the product or service. Hence, organizations can then make better decisions after weighing customer requirements and considering how the products or services go against the competition in the market. How QFD helps in this aspect is that it provides the needed documentation for the overall decision-making process. Benefits of QFD. Now, how does this approach help organizations ensure the quality of their processes, particularly in product development? To summarize, here are a few of the major advantages of using QFD. Gain a better understanding of your customers. Be able to predict, know, and act on what they need, either stated or unstated, and provide better customer experience. Utilize customer feedback for continuous improvement. Transform what the customers need into quantifiable business goals through the form of performance metrics, process controls, and more. Establish a better structure of requirements. The various stages of product development require efforts across departments, and inefficiencies in the process may occur. QFD helps build a standardized system that minimizes unnecessary risks and bottlenecks. Have an efficient way of allocating resources. By knowing the priority list of the customer requirements to be implemented, organizations can then be more intentional and focus on critical improvement opportunities. What is House of Quality? Also known as the Product Planning Matrix, the House of Quality HOQ is practically the most essential stage of the QFD. This is where every bit of detail must be taken into consideration, as it's going to set the pace for the succeeding stages of the four-phase QFD. Further, HOQ serves as a primary graphical representation of the product planning and development process. House of Quality in QFD. House of Quality Example QFD Matrix. In general, there are 6 main rooms or areas inside the House of Quality. Apart from answering the question, how do I fill out a QFD? These rooms also give an overview of how to effectively use the House of Quality template. 1. Customer requirements and rating. Located at the left side of the house, this room lists the customer requirements gathered from the research and how they are ranked based on their degree of importance. Can use a scale of 1 to 5. 2. Competitive priorities. Placed in the right side of the house, this part outlines the top points of comparison between the customer requirements and the needed innovations based on competitor analysis. 3. Technical design features. Listing the design features of the product, this section is placed just above the base, making it the attic of the house. 4. Technical design and customer requirements relationships. Found at the base of the house below the attic, this part is responsible for visualizing and rating the impact of the design features to the priority list of customer requirements. 5. Design relationships. Also known as the roof matrix, this describes the interrelationship between the design features. 6. Target values. Lastly, the basement of the house lists the target values that serve as an organization's way of quantifying objective measures to help evaluate each design feature or characteristic. What are the 4 phases of QFD? QFD enables cross-functional teams to collaborate and find a balance between customer needs and technical requirements. This is crucial in streamlining the way manufacturers and production facilities decide what kind of features or characteristics they should include in their products and services that customers will buy and value. The comprehensive process of QFD is divided into 4 major phases: product planning, product development, process planning, and production planning. Each matrix or visual representation used under each of the 4 phases is related to the previous one. Let's look into what happens under each stage. 1. Product planning. In this stage, the House of Quality matrix is used to translate customer needs into design requirements. The voice of the customer voice is gathered through conducting focus group discussions, FGDs, interviews, and other similar methods. Then, feedback and insights from such customer requirements are lined up for design and product features considerations. As this phase will help set the pacing of the entire QFD process, it's important to cover various aspects as well. These include identifying the underlying apart from the obvious, stated ones customer requirements, characteristics of possible market offerings, and competitive opportunities. It's also crucial to note that this stage is typically led by the marketing department. 2. Product development. This phase enables the team to specify design requirements by identifying critical parts and assembly components. These are then based on the prioritized list of offering characteristics gathered in the product planning phase using the House of Quality matrix. 3. Process planning. The third phase involves deciding on the design, manufacturing, and assembly process that best addresses the requirements discussed in the product development phase. Teams responsible for this aspect must be able to define the required operational guidelines, elements, and parameters. 4. Production planning. The final phase is where process control methods are established, along with the production and inspection processes. These are key to ensuring that the characteristics are met and continuously undergo evaluation and improvement. Benefits and drawbacks. The concept provides a tool for the business for maintaining their focus on the consumer. As a framework or concept, rather than a process, the business can refer back to it at all stages of the product development process. The development of the product remains sensitive to the dictates of the market through robust alignment to the needs of the consumer. It enables the business to identify any activity that does not follow the consumer-driven strategic objectives of the product, and by doing this, the product can be brought to the marketplace faster, development is more efficient, and the wholesale development of the product is less costly. By collecting consumer data and broadly applying it across the product's development, the various groups and departments involved need to collaborate more closely. Therefore, communication throughout the business is enhanced as conforming to the organization's strategic objectives is made easier. A drawback of the framework is its dependency on the consumer. A product may be successful by controlling and driving consumer behavior, but the quality function deployment concept is solely reactionary. Where the consumer communicates a want, it is translated into a technical requirement of the product. It is possible that the consumer will not be aware of a need or desire they have. Using the QFD, commercial opportunities that exist beyond the consumer's perception cannot be investigated and will be lost. A business that uses the quality function deployment must make sure that its practices for the collection of consumer data are robust and reviewed regularly. Since the QFD is dependent on customer data, the concept is also dependent on a company's ability to collect and analyze that data proficiently. Not doing so can compromise the organization's development of the product. Interview question and answer. Q1. What is Six Sigma? ENS. This is the most commonly asked Six Sigma interview question. Six Sigma is a set of techniques and tools for improving the quality of processes. This data-driven and disciplined methodology can be used in any process, from manufacturing to transactional and from product to service. It was first introduced by Bill Smith while working in Motorola in 1986, and over the years, it has gained popularity in different industries and sectors for business improvement. The Six Sigma concept as a prominent business methodology was derived to improve a product service process quality. Further, Six Sigma approaches were merged with the concept of process control, maximized productivity, and reduced waste. There are many advantages to using Six Sigma, and its positive effects have been the driving force in the effective functioning of many businesses. Q2. Name some of the critical principles of Six Sigma. ENS. Six Sigma is used to match the most prominent word called perfection. Following are some of the promising principles of Six Sigma. Primary focus on customer requirements. Relying on statistical analysis to find out the best possible ways of working and identifying root causes of probable problems. Process improvement. Formulate flexibility in processes. Effectively managing cross-functional teams. Q3. What is meant by COPQ in Six Sigma? ENS. Cost of poor quality. COPQ is the cost caused by producing defects. This cost involves the following parameters: filling the gap between the desired and actual product service quality, cost of lost opportunity, labor cost, rework cost, disposition costs, extra material costs, loss of sales revenue, cost of extra utilities. COPQ does not include detection cost, prevention cost. Q4. What is the definition of DPMO or DPPM? ENS. DPMO is defects per million opportunities, and DPPM is defective parts per million. Here the defects are inclusive of flaws or discrepancies more than one flaw on an item. The formula of ppm is equal total number of defective units in a sample size. Q5. What is regression? When is it used? ENS. Regression analysis is a technique used to define the relationship between an output variable and a set of input variables. There are several types of regression like simple linear regression, multiple linear regression, curvilinear regression, logit regression, probit regression, etc., which cater to various requirements on the type of underlying data. Q6. Name some of the quality management tools in Six Sigma. ENS. There are several quality management tools. Some of them are cost-benefit analysis, CTQ tree, COPQ analysis, copies analysis, Taguchi methods, 5s, 7 wastes, value stream mapping, visual workplace, quality function deployment. Q7. Name the different kinds of variations used in Six Sigma. ENS. The different kinds of variation are mean, median, range, mode. Q8. Who forms the part of the Six Sigma implementation team? ENS. The Six Sigma implementation team usually consists of the following members: Six Sigma deployment leader, Six Sigma champion, Six Sigma master black belt, Six Sigma black belt, Six Sigma green belt, Six Sigma yellow belt. Q9. What is the difference between the Six Sigma DMAIC and MAD methodologies? ENS. The DMAIC methodology, instead of the MAD methodology, should be used when a product or process is in existence at your company but is not meeting customer specifications or is not performing adequately. The MAD methodology, instead of the DMAIC methodology, should be used when a product or process is not in existence at your company, and one needs to be developed. The existing product or process exists, and has been optimized using either DMAIC or not and still does not meet the level of customer specification or Six Sigma level. Q10. What level of understanding do you have regarding the statistical tools? Ends. This answer for the interview question on Six Sigma should reflect the skills that you have regarding the statistical tools. Be honest while answering and give lots of examples. Thank you for watching this video. We provide hands-on training with labs, homework, group projects, prepare you for the certification, provide real projects, internship opportunities, support you and resume LinkedIn, staffing support, provide tech references, in-person online class retake options and more. Call us at 847-350-9034 for your free career consultation meeting. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest videos.